When it comes time to service my bad boy, I reach for a motorcraft. Here's why. Alright, it's time to go in the hoarder's cabinet and find our oil filters. This one here I just removed off the bad boy mower, and I gotta find the original one. This one here is the first one I took off my Ford Fiesta. This one here is off a Kubota tractor. There it is, way in the back. This baby's been in here since last fall, just waiting for this day. Okay, and so our first difference, you know, if I had some kind of scale I could actually weigh these, but you'll have to take my word for it. The base plate here off the motorcraft is noticeably heavier than the one off the Kohler filter. Other than that, pretty much the same, just a different kind of hole pattern. Nothing too much to see, just this one is much heavier off the motorcraft filter. Then you've got your anti-drain back valves. The motorcraft one is much more supple. The one in the bad boy is pretty rigid. Obviously they both work just fine. And here's the actual media itself that does the filtering. Alright, so the bad boy one, the Kohler filter, it's got a stamped steel, I guess springy if you want to call it that, to keep it tight up against the top. The motorcraft filter does as well, however, it's attached to the bottom of the can. If you can see it down in there, as opposed to being attached to the cartridge element here, it's attached to the bottom of the can. Both the cans feel about the same stoutness. Neither one feels like it's going to offer any more protection than the other one. And what we're going to do now is we're going to count the pleats. Obviously, you can see the motorcraft one is much taller, so that alone it's going to have more filtering area. But if you look, it looks like the pleats themselves are packed a little tightlier together. This is just going to be some quick and dirty measurements here. We're not going to go crazy trying to calculate the surface area perfectly, but alright, 3.165, and the Kohler filter is 2.15, and the depth of the pleats 0.295 on the Kohler, and the motorcraft, the depth of the pleats 0.335 on the motorcraft filter. Now here's a quick tip. When you're doing something like this, you know you're going to get dirty and you want clean hands, you put on more than one pair of gloves. And all you got to do is pull off the top layer and you got clean hands again. Yet you can go right back to work and not have to re-glove. It's super handy when you're doing this kind of stuff. So I just got done doing some quick math here. I took the height of the pleats times the depth of the pleats times the amount of the pleats, and for the motorcraft filter we came out with 61.5, and the Kohler we came out with 38. Now I believe that would mean this has 61.5 square inches of filtering media, and this one has 38 square inches. Now obviously if those numbers mean, you know, they're just ballpark numbers, but the point is 61.5 is 38% larger than 38. Well, what did we learn here? The tin cans are about the same. The filtering media looks very similar. The Kohler filter just has this kind of cardboard felty top on it, whereas the Ford one has a very nice stamped steel piece. The valves here, I mean, they both work. Big deal, you know. When they're on a lawnmower for 10 hours, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. And then the end caps. The Ford end cap was noticeably stouter than the one that came on the Kohler filter. But the big thing is, this one is 38% larger, and it's a fraction of the cost. For my money, I'm going to buy the motorcraft every time.